Alrighty, guys, welcome back to podcast number 20. We have the microphone, of course, and nothing crazy, just you know, toner microphone. We do have a USB to USB-C, so A to C adapter, so I can connect this microphone to my phone. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to hop on here, and we are currently in the process of vlog number 11. We got a lot going on behind the scenes, and I just kind of wanted to hop on here and make a quick video. We'll see how quick it is, but anyway, first off, the man cave, workbench slash office, home office slash editing studio is coming along great. I do have obviously my room as well inside, but this is decently insulated. I know I said it wasn't insulated in a prior video. As far as there's no like air conditioning out here, but as far as the heat, it does insulate pretty well. Haven't really needed heat. It only gets chilly here like in the mornings if you're out here at like 3 to 7 a.m. and then after that it warms up. But anyway, we got a lot going on here. We got 2 jobs. I know the election is in 2 days. Of course, I've already voted and mailed that in a couple weeks ago. But man, this delay is it's like the last 4 years. All you're hearing is, okay, the election's coming up. Here it is. Here's what we have to do. Blah blah blah. All the stuff with the news and everything. And then when you're actually you're here, it's like damn, time flies, right? So you got to make the most of every single day, and that leads back into the self-development aspect and journey. And I've been on the self-development journey for a very, very long time. And I always say, obviously ignoring the naysayers and everything, but there's a lot more to it than that. Obviously, that's just one. There's so many different aspects of self-development. I have covered many of them, and just trying to. Obviously, the goal is just to start, right? Just to get started on what you want to do. Don't wait till it's perfect. Okay, in this case, some cases you can do that, but in this case, when you're just starting out, like I did previously, you can refine your approach as you go along and see where you want to end up in life, and how much work it's going to take to get there, and you find out how bad you want to succeed and all that stuff. But it's like let's say you're just starting out, and as far as let's start with finances, right? Because there's different areas. There's financial, there's fitness, there's mindset, skills, dating, relationships, all that stuff. With finance, you kind of just loosely, I guess, well, depending on your, what you want to do, but as far as following the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps, and obviously getting out of debt, we've done that one, and never plan on really using credit cards ever again, which is a good thing. And if I do use them, I would never charge up more than what I have in my debit card to pay it off like that day, like right away, right? As if I was using the debit card anyway, or cash. But beyond that, after you budget, get out of debt, which we have, you then start saving. You save for your basic, very basic emergency fund is $1,000, and obviously that's not enough. That's not intended to be enough. It's meant to let a fire under your ass to keep going, to keep saving, to not spend, and or not, obviously not spend on stuff you don't really need. But beyond that, you want to save past that to 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then from there, invest 15% of your household income into retirement, or if you want to do more, that's fine. I would say at least 15%, and you become a net worth millionaire over time eventually. I mean, with consistency and continuing to work, continue having an income that's high enough and expenses that are low. And really, money's a tool in order to facilitate the life and lifestyle that you desire for yourself and that you want. So that's what we're doing here. And obviously, there's going to be naysayers along the way. That's okay. There always is. Some of them are just, they're miserable in their own lives, or they don't want to contribute anything. But that's, hey, they can go their way and we'll go our way, right? We're not here to be average. We're here to keep putting in the work day in and day out, to have self-discipline, to be like, okay, fitness-wise, do I want to, have a soda? Yes. Does it have 45 grams of sugar? Yeah. Is that not going to facilitate the physique and my goals and all that? Then we skip it, right? Now, sure, you can fit it into your macros and all that, but it's like, I mean, most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, we try to eat healthy and the correct foods in order to facilitate our goals. Beyond that, finance wise, just again, right now, currently I have two jobs, and one job is on call, and sometimes we have 12-hour shifts, depending on, if we have longer runs, and a lot of those are a lot of it. The shift is driving, obviously, and then picking up and then dropping off at the facility and the different facilities that we have, and all that. But currently, we're just saving up to really to get the van built out, because yes, we are saving beyond that to for land and a tiny home, or just any home, whatever. But like the van, obviously, I mean, still want to do van life, even if it's part time, and it's just good to have a fallback. If we have to move or something, you have a van, you have a motel on wheels, and the girlfriend has a storage unit. Me personally, I always thought a storage unit was a waste of money, and to a degree, I mean, minimalism is good, right? Because it makes it simple to move, especially if you're living in a van in a small space. You have to maximize your space. Even this isn't a huge area, but I've definitely maximized it and continue to maximize it and figure out how I can make it more functional, more aesthetic, more just better overall and all around. But beyond that, so we'll be fixing up the van. We're gonna make sure it's mechanically sound first, of course. I have my friend who is a mechanic. He worked at a dealership for many years, and he works on cars himself and flips them and fixes them up. He can literally, in the driveway, we don't have a lift or anything, but he can fix up this van within like 3 days. Once I have all the parts together, obviously, and the tools and everything, and the money for labor beyond that, then he said 3 days. So in a weekend. So anyway, that's why I have two jobs, because we're going to make this happen. I am laser focused, and that's why what the naysayers say doesn't matter. It doesn't compute. It doesn't. Yeah, you can listen to them and be like, okay, yeah. It's like some people say all the reasons why something won't work out, and I've been over this, and it's funny. Like, obviously, yeah, you know all that stuff already, and some people say, oh, they just want what's best for you, blah blah blah. Well, a lot of people, I mean, first of all, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? When you're going on a new endeavor, not all everything's gonna work out. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing movies, not all of them were smash hits, and he, obviously had some good movies and he had some bad ones. So, but you gotta just forge your own path and continue forward and make it happen. But back to what I was saying, it's like the analogy where you're trying to escape the matrix. You're trying to. Sorry, I have this the heater over here, and it's like I have the cords, bundled up so they're not everywhere. It looks like a freaking spider when I'm looking at my peripheral vision, and it's not, obviously. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, you just gotta keep pushing forward, and the analogy of if there's like a bunch of crabs in a bucket and one's trying to climb out and escape the masses and not be average, and they try to pull it back in, right? So you just gotta, it's actions over words, okay? Because I know where I'm heading in life and what I want to do, and it's simply when you have when you have goals, big goals and everything, and you know where you want to go in life and everything. It's not a matter of if, but simply a matter of time. So we'll be continuing to. I'll be documenting the van build, of course, and like I've been documenting the workstation and the workbench and all that, and other aspects of my life. So yeah, I like to, don't surround yourself with people who bring out the worst in you. I've gotten rid of fake friends and and toxic exes, and I wish them all the best. Some people you got to keep at arm's length. Like my current girlfriend I'm with is very, very supportive. I only talk to supportive family members, and that people seem to get confused. And like one of my exes is like, well, you call them fake friends because they don't agree with you. That's not it. Hey, I always say floor's open if they want to discuss and debate. That's cool with me. They're a fake friend when they just blatantly they don't want to discuss and they just want to be a naysayer, and and they just want to point out why everything's not going to work out or why this didn't happen. And meanwhile, their lives are in shambles. So, really, I mean, I have currently much better friends. It's no coincidence, I have a better girlfriend and much better friends, and my life is 10 times better than and it's just going to be getting better every single year. Why? Because we're putting in the work day in and day out, whether that's through 8, 10, 12-hour shifts, whatever, or 2 jobs, or coming out here when I'm tired and I just want to make a video. I didn't even have any pre-workout before this podcast. I got my pre-workout over here, and I haven't made one yet. I will probably soon, but yeah. Again, these aren't scripted, guys. I just come out here and kind of say what's on my mind, and sometimes it's a rehash of previous thoughts and everything. But some stuff, okay, you have like a value system, right? Obviously morals, like a code, and then you have like a North Star that you're shooting towards. Like for me, it's continuing to save money, fix up the van, save for a tiny home with the girlfriend, land, a tiny home and all that. And so you have a North Star. So that way it's like, okay, I'm not just going to work a 9 to 5 and being like the masses and coming home and sitting in a recliner and watching TV to take the edge off. And don't get me wrong, like I watched a movie last night. I don't watch movies that often, but I do enjoy movies. And it's funny, if you have like a YouTube channel where you can make a full-time living reviewing movies, or a blog or whatever, that's cool. But or van life and whatever niche that you choose. But again, anyway, back to it. I don't watch movies too much, but watched The Fugitive. Came out in '93. I'd seen it before, but kind of wanted to rewatch it. It's a good movie, and the sequel, U.S. Marshals, probably rewatch that as well. But yeah, that's part of self-discipline. You know where you want to go in life, and if you have a 9 to 5, back to what I was saying, then you're using that money to build a side hustle, side business, to facilitate living life on your own terms. What you want to do in life. That's part of life, and of course, living in this country as well, because it's the land of opportunity, right? As long as you're willing to put in the work and you have the vision, the self-discipline, and you just work on your vision day in and day out. So, but other than that, if you guys have any questions, Q&As, whatever, I will we'll have more content, of course. I don't want this video to go on too long. We're at the 12-minute mark, so more content coming your guys' way. I'm gonna get a workout in later. It is Sunday. It is currently 12:13. Hey, Echo, what's the weather?
Right now in Phoenix, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds, with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 49 degrees.
Nice. So, like I said, the weather here has been nice. A little warm still, but I mean, it's November, and it's obviously a lot better than 100 or 110. But yeah, guys, we'll have van life content coming your guys' way. Also, the truck. I do want to work on building out another. So, okay, if you guys have been around since, well, not since the beginning, but last year when I did when I was up north for 2 months roughly, I had kind of a rough idea of how I wanted the truck to look. And I've done more research, same with the van, on how I want it to look, and obviously, and you can dynamically change stuff and all that, but like, it's going to be a little bit more money, but I know what I want to put into the truck as far as the build and everything. But obviously the van's probably the priority. At least getting it roadworthy and making sure that's, all good to go. And then from there, build out the interior. But we'll have more content coming your guys' way. I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. If you want to subscribe, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle if you want to help support the channel. And then subscribing is free, of course. And again, it's Sunday. It's just past noon. It's 12:15, and man, the election. I'll be on here with my post-election thoughts and everything, and more details, and what I think, and all that stuff. But that's the beauty of it. It's my channel, and I can have my own opinion and say what I think, as can you guys. That being said, though, like I do always say, you are the CEO of your life. Like me, like I'm the CEO of my life. So it's like, if someone's like, oh, you should do this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if I'm asking for their advice, then that's great. But it's like, if they're not actively doing something in their own life, it's like, why? Or here's another better way to put it. If they don't fully understand my vision, it's like if you're a director of a movie, like the directors of The Fugitive or any other movie, like James Cameron, or any high quality director, successful one, right? They know and they see the vision for their movie and where they want to go. You can't just bring on someone who's blind to it or who doesn't know, and then it's like, the movie feels off, or it goes in a totally different direction. Now, granted, some people have good advice. I'm always reading and listening to audiobooks and watching YouTube videos and figuring out how to refine my approach and get better at things, right? That's part of learning, adapting, and making it happen. But you have to, again, have the initiative to do all that and to be consistent. And sure, if you want to take, like, I would say a day off, or just like have like an hour or two to relax, and that's cool. You don't have to like always be on the grind 24/7, but you can't be lazy either. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna wrap up this podcast. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around, and stay tuned for much more content. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.